2020. Some people say it was the worst year. They're wrong. It was the best year.
Actually.
So, we're gonna spend 100 days inside of a house. Best part about it, we can't leave. So I spawned in one arm and one dream. My name was Ben Talking. Not Talking Ben. I was not that loser. I instantly went around my house trying to find any useful items. But for some reason my window was open. Luckily I found a crowbar and a gun case. Don't know how I was gonna use the gun inside because my arm, it's kinda gone. Like any smart man, I went to the kitchen, and we had a lot of food. Seeing all this food, I knew we were gonna survive the 100 days. There's no doubt in my mind. For some reason, I just didn't want to walk around the house naked, so I started to find some clothes. Okay, looking back on it, they weren't the fanciest of clothes, but it'll have to do. Well, turns out we have a bathroom, like most houses, and we have neighbors, like most people. Hopefully these neighbors are nice. I felt the urge to hit a little jig, so I did. But then, sadly, I was walking out and I accidentally pressed Q. Turns out the neighbors weren't so nice after all. So sad. But it didn't matter. With my immense strength, I one-shotted him instantly. Hold up, wait a second. I seen two neighbors, not just one. Whatever. I decided no pain, no gain, and I did one push-up with one arm. Let's go. There was nothing else to do, so I started stacking up cans and seeing how much I had. I counted around 50. I accidentally sneezed. Pollen season was here, so I realized quickly I couldn't open the cans. But in that zombie in the bathroom was some sort of fork. But then my friendly neighbor wanted to come help me. Never mind, he's not friendly. But then, like rabbits, they started multiplying. But hey, I was the modern day Chung Li. I mean Bruce Lee. Like any other person, I kinda didn't like dead bodies where I eat my food. So might as well throw them where I go to the bathroom. It was raining this whole entire time, but I had nothing to collect the water with. In real life, this tray would have worked, but I don't think it would have worked here. But I still tried. But with my 2000 IQ, I named this cooler water bottle so it would collect the water. I know, I'm smart. I sneezed again, and another zombie appeared again. I knew the only way to survive this challenge was if I rationed my food smartly. But I felt kinda hungry and I wanted the bowl, so I just ate the food. I was gonna start drawing on this map, but then... yeah, Girl Scouts were knocking, so I went to go put them down like my hotel. Another one. A lot has happened in day one, but my favorite thing that happened is I found this note. And I decided to begin writing what happened every single day, so I wouldn't forget. And mainly because I didn't have a watch to count the days, I had to count them myself. For entertainment, I did have 2 books and a few magazines. So I began reading one of the books. I was reading peacefully, and then I heard a noise. Strangely, I don't know how, but a zombie got in. Never mind, I do know how. I left the window open. Whoopsies. It was day 2 now, the longest I've ever survived in Project Zomboid. Hallelujah. I was getting quite bored, so I decided to do some makeup. But I needed a mirror, but I saw one in the bathroom. Thinking about it, I could have done it in the bathroom, but I didn't really want to do it because there was dead bodies in there. It was finally time to cook up some food, so that's what I did. I sat patiently as my food cooked and sizzled. As I was about to eat my food in peace, 2 random strangers, of course they appeared in my front lawn, bro. Even the mailman heard the party going on, so he had to come over. I popped a squat and began to draw. What else was I supposed to do? First I drawed this little fishy, then gave myself a gun, because the fish was me. I'm guessing you can guess who the zombies were. Then I finally got done drawing my masterpiece. The end. As I was reading, Grandma came to visit. How nice. But she didn't bring any cookies, so I had to put her down. I decided the smart approach would be make these magazines into cups where I can collect some more water. Also, I forgot to say, but I found a water container thing, so I really didn't have to waste that bowl. I started foraging around my house and I found so many items that I haven't seen before. It was crazy. Not a lot of interesting things were happening, so I wrote in my note again. There was still no way to open those cans, but I did see these pair of scissors. But no, it was just a part of the sewing kit. I thought to myself, maybe a key could open the cans, but once again, no luck. For the next couple of hours, it was extremely boring. I ate some food and read some books. I knew I needed some way to open those cans, so I was trying to get these zombies to come over here. But some other zombie from behind came over. It was just for fun. There was something in the back of this zombie. Maybe it was a screwdriver, but no. It was a letter opener. Maybe I could open the cans with it, but of course, I couldn't. I started to grow paranoid after I heard this. Maybe it was somebody screaming, maybe it was an elk, I didn't know. All I knew was it was now day 3. I began to write in my note once again, for there was nothing else to do. I read all the books a few times over again. Another visitor showed up, so that was interesting. I decided I was sick of these weird clothes, and decided to put on some fresh new ones. Hours passed by. I still had slight hope, but I was thinking, when was this all gonna end? Then someone came in my bathroom. It was rather unfortunate that I did not have a TV, but what could I do? Surprisingly, maggots started growing in the bodies, giving me a food source. And, better yet, I got a screwdriver, so now I can open those cans. And a digital watch, but who needs it? But bad news always follows after good news. There was a few zombies, not a lot to an average person, but I could barely kill one. They all rushed me. I'm dead. I have to start being super quiet now, because it looks like they were coming towards me. I grabbed the curtain from the back of my house and put it in front of my house. Maybe the zombies would not see me. Every single day now I must check if there's maggots growing in my maggot farm. Then I kinda got bored, so I stripped them all. It was day 5 now. A few days ago, I kinda burnt some of my meat, but I wasn't recording, so whoopsies. At this point, I had to take rationing my food seriously, and I began writing in my notes. But day 5 is when it turned for the worst. I became severely depressed, and it didn't help. I had to starve myself. I had to start eating the burnt stuff, and the stuff that wasn't really good for you. Day 6, I made it past my expectations, but I could feel myself going insane at this point. I don't know how much longer I can last. I finally grew a beard. At this point, I'm slowly losing count of the days. As I was zoning out, sitting on my couch for hours, I heard a gunshot. The highlight of my day. Maybe it wasn't just me that was alive. Maybe there was more people. Maybe I wouldn't die after all. Day 7, I'm starving. My sleeping schedule is all messed up, but I'll try to keep carrying on. My notes were becoming longer. Soon, I will not have enough room. I was becoming so weak. I couldn't even wear the hat I loved so dearly on my head anymore. But at least I haven't had a zombie visitor in quite some time. I ran out of food in the fridge, so I had to begin opening cans for my nutrition, but I only have a few of those. Day 8, I was thinking the worst. But then I opened my door, and then I seen floating clothes. So, I'll probably make it. Then, I started hearing this. I knew it was coming, and I thought this was going to be the end. But surprisingly, after a bit it just passed and no zombies turned up. So, by the end of day 8, I didn't do much. I just ate some food, and I drew a bit. Then I realized how big the world is, and I was only allowed to stay in this tiny, tiny part of it. Day 9. Tomorrow will be day 10, so that's cool. But nothing happened today, so that's not cool. Day 10, finally made it. I thought I would be 100% dead by now, but somehow I'm not. Day 11. Today I try to learn something new by reading this old book, but I just learned I can't freaking read. Day 12. I got so bored, I drew this. Then I hear my window break. They're now inside of my house, I thought. But suddenly, the window right beside me started to be banged on. I opened it, and the floodgates were open. And then 2, then 3. But luckily, I was trained in the arts of chess. And now I got this rad gear. Don't know who says rad anymore, but I'm slowly going insane, so can you really blame me? I began to creep through the hallways. There was no one in the house, but the window was broken, so I rearranged the furniture so the zombies could not pass through. I have eaten all the food except for the rice. I gotta ration this smartly. All the bodies disappeared, making my food source more scarce. I barely got any maggots from them anyways. Like the man I am, I began playing with the gun. It had no ammo in it, so it was fine. At this point, I couldn't write full-out sentences and explain what happened on my little paper. I had to just write the days. Day 13, I sat in my bed for a bit, and then I wanted to go outside of my house on the porch, but I didn't know if a porch counted as a house, so I googled it. It basically said yes, so I went outside, and I started to have a massive panic attack. Then I began digging for worms, which I found like one, so yeah. Day 14. Day 15, I was all out of food. I had to resort to my last option, maggots. There's no food left. I've gone completely insane. I can't handle it anymore. I can't handle it. I danced around for hours. Hours upon hours. I couldn't take it anymore. I resorted to the clothes I wear in the beginning stages. And then I accidentally stepped in some glass. Whoopsies. I couldn't handle it anymore. I even attempted to burn down the house, but with no food to burn, I couldn't even do that. But I packed up. If I stayed here, I would die. There was only one option. I must leave the house. Goodbye, house. You served me well. Before you guys start accusing me of cheating, look, let me explain myself. So basically, I was gonna burn down the house, right? And it was day 15 when I was gonna do it, because I was gonna die no matter what. And then I got a worm, and I thought maybe I could burn the worm, and then it would catch on fire, and then it never did. Also, don't tell yourself, but look away for a few seconds, okay? Do not watch this clip. Okay, good. You did not watch that clip. That did not happen, bro. Also, I was mad delusional in that video. I'm sorry, I was though. Just look at this. Look at what I wrote. I recorded it all on one thing. Just one 4-hour recording. If you guys like that video, like and subscribe, I guess.